Now that we know Palm Beach County beaches will remain closed due to red tide for the time being, you might be wondering what impact will it have on coastal wildlife?
News Channel 5's Alana Quillen live in Jupiter with why experts are hopeful that we won't see the same issues the West Coast has been dealing with. Alana?
Well, we've seen our neighbors on the west coast of Florida deal with those massive marine life kills, and the last thing we want to worry about is for that to happen here. But luckily, experts tell me we have a lot of factors working on our side to prevent that.
Obviously troubling.
Dr. Zach Judd of the Florida Oceanographic Society keeping a close watch on the red tide.
The organism that's responsible for the bloom releases a neurotoxin that not only can harm fish, but bigger animals are at risk as well. Things like manatees, dolphins, and sea turtles.
How long the animals are exposed is the biggest concern.
Even when those concentrations are kind of at the low or medium end of things, we still can run into respiratory issues with swimmers and beachgoers, and we can also encounter incidences of fish kills or other impacts on marine life.
Even seabirds and other air-breathing animals like sea turtles can be affected by eating fish poisoned with that neurotoxin.
We're obviously really concerned that this could turn into a much bigger issue.
Judd says luckily our area has wind and water depth working in our favor.
On the East Coast, we tend to have deeper beaches, we've got strong ocean currents, we've got more wind and wave energy this time of year.
The hope is that the red tide is limited to just a few days, not months like on the West Coast.
But at the same time, it's not entirely impossible for us to see some impacts on marine life in our area.
But for now, Judd says people need to keep an eye on the beaches.
And you see anything suspicious, if you see dead fish or wildlife that's acting abnormally, please call Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission and report what you've seen.
Speaking of which, our own Steve Weigel took some pictures of some dead fish over in the Juno Beach Pier area. Of course, there is no way to tell if that is linked in any way to the red tide, but we will report that photo to FWC as it continues to monitor the situation. We have information on our website, WPTV.com, on how to report fish kills. Reporting live in Jupiter, Alana Quillen, WPTV News Channel 5.